When a smug teacher challenges the elderly janitor with an impossible math equation just to mock her, no one expects what happens next. But the whole class watches in awe as she solves it with ease and reveals a past no one could have guessed. This heartwarming story proves that wisdom comes in many forms, and you should never judge a book by its cover. Lightbulb Old Woman Books. Don't forget to like, thumbs up, share, repeat button, and subscribe. Clara swept the hallway of Westbridge High School, her broom moving in steady rhythms. At 68, she'd been the janitor for nearly a decade, always quiet, always polite. Teachers and students passed her without a second glance. But today, something shifted. In room 204, Mr. Hargrove's advanced calculus class buzzed with tension. Hargrove, a wiry man in his 40s with sharp tongue, stood at the chalkboard, scribbling furiously. The bell hadn't rung yet, and Claire was outside, emptying a trash can near the door. She overheard Hargrove's voice, loud and biting. Who's got the guts to solve this one? Hargrove barked. This equation's been stumping mathematicians for decades. You think you're smart? Prove it. A student, Jake, mumbled. Sir, that looks impossible. Impossible? Hargrove laughed, his voice dripping with sarcasm. That's what lazy brains say, Jake. Step up or sit down. Clara paused, her hand still on the trash can. She glanced through the open door, catching sight of the chalkboard. The equation sprawled across it, a tangle of symbols and numbers. Her eyes narrowed slightly, but she said nothing and went back to work. Inside, Hargrove kept going. No takers? Pathetic. This is why most of you will amount to nothing. No grit. No brains. Another student, Sarah, raised her hand timidly. Mr. Hargrove, isn't that like an unsolved problem? I read about it online. Hargrove spun toward her, eyes blazing. Online? You think Google's gonna solve your problems, Sarah? This is real math, not some TikTok tutorial. Sit down. Sarah shrank back, cheeks red. The class fell silent, except for Hargrove's mocking chuckle. Clara, still outside, shook her head slightly but kept sweeping. She'd heard Hargrove's rants before. He loved humiliating students, loved proving he was smarter than everyone else. The bell rang, and students spilled into the hall, whispering about Hargrove's latest outburst. Clara pushed her cart toward room 204 to clean up after class. As she entered, Hargrove was still at the board, erasing parts of the equation but leaving the main problem untouched. Hey, janitor, Hargrove called without looking up. Don't touch the board. This is above your pay grade. Clara froze, gripping her broom. Didn't plan to, Mr. Hargrove, she said evenly. He turned, smirking. Good. Wouldn't want you confusing my students with smudges. Stick to what you know. Trash and floors. Clara's jaw tightened, but she nodded and started wiping down desks. Hargrove watched her for a moment, his smirk growing. You ever go to school, Clara? He asked, his tone mock curious. Some, Clara replied, not looking up. Some, Hargrove repeated, chuckling. Bet you didn't get past fractions. Am I right? Clara kept wiping, her voice steady. Got further than you'd think. Hargrove raised an eyebrow, clearly amused. Oh, really? Tell you what, genius. Take a crack at this. He jabbed a finger at the equation on the board. Solve it, and I'll eat my tie. Clara straightened, meeting his gaze. Don't think you like the taste of polyester, Mr. Hargrove. He laughed, loud and harsh. Big talk for someone who sweeps floors for a living. Come on, Clara. Show me what you've got. The room was empty now, just the two of them. Clara set down her rag and walked to the board, studying the equation. Hargrove crossed his arms, grinning like he'd already won. Go ahead, he taunted. Pick up the chalk. Let's see this miracle. Clara didn't move yet. Why are you doing this, Mr. Hargrove? Got nothing better to do than pick on me. Pick on you? Hargrove scoffed. I'm giving you a chance to shine, Clara. Prove you're more than a mop. Or are you scared? I ain't scared, Clara said, her voice low but firm. But you're barking up the wrong tree. Wrong tree? Hargrove stepped closer, his eyes gleaming. You're dodging because you're clueless. Admit it. You can't even read half these symbols. Clara's eyes flicked to the board again. I can read them just fine. Hargrove's grin faltered for a split second, but he doubled down. Then solve it. Right now. Or stop wasting my time. Clara picked up the chalk, her hand steady. You sure you want this, Mr. Hargrove? Want what? A comedy show, he snapped. Go on, make a fool of yourself. Clara started writing, her chalk moving with precision. Hargrove watched, his smirk fading as her numbers and symbols began to form a coherent pattern. She didn't hesitate, didn't pause to think. Line after line, the solution took shape. What the hell are you doing? Hargrove demanded, stepping closer. You're just scribbling nonsense. Am I? Clara said, not turning. Keep watching. Hargrove's face reddened. This is a trick. You looked it up somewhere, didn't you? No way you know this. Clara kept writing, her voice calm. Ain't no trick, Mr. Hargrove. Just math. He grabbed a piece of chalk and jabbed at the board, pointing to a section of her work. This is wrong. You can't use that theorem here. Clara stopped, looked at his pointer, then met his eyes. You sure about that? Check your own notes. Page 47, third example. Hargrove blinked, thrown off. What? How do you? Finish watching, Clara said, turning back to the board. She completed the solution in silence, stepping back to reveal a clean, logical proof. Hargrove stared, his mouth slightly open. The equation deemed impossible now had an answer. That's not possible, he stammered. You cheated. Clara set the chalk down. Cheated? You watched every move. Call it what you want, but I solved it. Hargrove's hands shook as he scanned the board, searching for errors. This is a fluke. You got lucky, that's all. Lucky? Clara's voice sharpened. You think I've been sweeping floors my whole life and never cracked a book? You don't know me, Mr. Hargrove. Then who the hell are you? He shouted, his voice echoing in the empty room. Some retired professor playing janitor? This doesn't add up. Clara crossed her arms. Don't need to add up for you. I'm Clara. I clean your messes. And I just solve your precious equation. Hargrove's face twisted. You're nobody. You're nothing but a... Careful. Clara cut in, her tone icy. You're about to say something you can't take back. He clamped his mouth shut, breathing hard. Before he could respond, the door swung open. Jake and Sarah, who'd lingered in the hall, peered inside. Mr. Hargrove? Jake said. We heard yelling. Everything okay? Hargrove spun toward them, flustered. Get out. This doesn't concern you. Sarah's eyes widened as she saw the board. Wait, is that the equation? Did someone solve it? Clara did, Jake said, pointing. Holy crap, she actually solved it. Hargrove's face went pale. No, she didn't. It's not. Looks solved to me, Sarah said, stepping closer. That's insane. Clara, how'd you do that? Clara shrugged, wiping chalk dust off her hands. Just paid attention in life, that's all. Hargrove slammed his fist on the desk. Enough. This is my classroom, and I say she cheated. Jake frowned. Cheated? Dude, you were right here. How could she cheat? Don't dude me. Hargrove snapped. You're failing my class, Jake, so keep your mouth shut. Sarah crossed her arms. You're just mad because Clara's smarter than you. The room went dead silent. Hargrove's eyes bulged. What did you say? You heard her, Jake said. Stepping up, Clara smoked you and you can't handle it. Hargrove pointed at the door. Both of you out? Now. Clara held up a hand. Leave, MB, Mr. Hargrove. They're just telling it like it is. He turned on her, his voice low and venomous. You think you're hot stuff now, huh? One equation doesn't make you a genius. Maybe not, Clara said, but it sure makes you look small. Jake snorted, and Sarah covered her mouth to hide a laugh. Hargrove's face turned purple. You're done here, he hissed. I'm reporting you to Principal Carter. You'll be out of a job by tomorrow. Clara didn't flinch. Go ahead. Tell him how I solved your impossible problem. See what he thinks. Hargrove stormed out, slamming the door. Jake and Sarah stayed, staring at Clara like she'd grown wings. Clara, that was epic, Jake said. Where'd you learn that stuff? Clara picked up her rag, getting back to work. Long story, kid. Let's just say I've had time to learn. Sarah hesitated. But why didn't you ever say anything? You're like a math wizard. Don't need to shout it, Clara said. I do my job. That's enough. Jake shook his head. No way. You gotta tell people. Hargrove's gonna try to bury this. Let him try, Clara said, her voice firm. Truth's got a way of coming out. By the next morning, the school was buzzing. Jake and Sarah had spread the word, and students crowded the halls, whispering about Clara's feet. Hargrove, meanwhile, sat in Principal Carter's office, his voice loud enough to carry through the door. She humiliated me in front of my students. Hargrove shouted, She's a janitor, for God's sake. She can't just waltz in and solve equations. Principal Carter, a calm man in his 50s, leaned back in his chair. Calm down, Tom. Did she solve it or not? Hargrove sputtered. That's not the point. She disrespected me. Did she? Carter asked. Or did you challenge her and she called your bluff? Hargrove's mouth opened, then closed. You're taking her side? I'm taking the truth side, Carter said. I checked the board this morning. Her solution's correct. Care to explain that? Hargrove's face reddened. She must have looked it up. Or someone helped her. Carter raised an eyebrow. You watch her solve it, Tom. You said, so yourself. Now you're saying she had an accomplice? I'm saying it's suspicious. Hargrove snapped. She's a janitor, not a mathematician. Carter sighed. You're digging a hole, Tom. I'm calling Clara in. We'll settle this. Clara arrived minutes later, her work apron still on. She sat across from Hargrove, her expression calm. Clara, Carter began, Mr. Hargrove says you solved an equation in his class yesterday. True. Yes, sir, Clara said. And he says you cheated, Carter added. What do you say to that? Clara glanced at Hargrove, who wouldn't meet her eyes. I say he's sore because I proved him wrong. Hargrove slammed his hand on the desk. You're a liar. You've never studied math in your life. Clara's eyes hardened. You want to bet on that? I studied plenty, Mr. Hargrove. More than you'd ever guess. Carter leaned forward. Clara, level with me. Where'd you learn advanced calculus? Clara took a breath. Back in the day, I was a math major. Got my degree in '78. Worked as an engineer for a while, till life got in the way. Been cleaning schools since my husband passed. Keeps me busy. Hargrove's jaw dropped. An engineer? You're making this up. Check the records, Clara said. Clara Mae Thompson, University of Maryland. I ain't hiding nothing. Carter scribbled a note. I'll do that. But for now, Clara, why didn't you tell anyone? Didn't see the need, Clara said. I'm here to clean, not teach. Hargrove laughed bitterly. This is ridiculous. You expect us to believe you're some secret genius. Believe what you want, Clara said. Your equation solved. That's what matters. Carter held up a hand. Enough. Tom, you challenge her publicly. She answered. You can't punish her for being right. She undermined my authority. Hargrove shouted. You undermined yourself, Carter said. Go cool off. We're done here. Hargrove stormed out, muttering under his breath. Carter turned to Clara. Clara, I'm sorry you went through that, he said. You didn't deserve it. Clara shrugged. Ain't the first time someone's underestimated me, sir. Won't be the last. Word spread fast. By lunch, students were chanting Clara's name in the cafeteria. Jake and Sarah found her mopping the gym, grinning ear to ear. Clara, you're a legend. Jake said, everyone's talking about how you own Hargrove. Clara chuckled. Owned him? I just did some math, Jake. Nah, you crushed him, Sarah said. He's been hiding in his office all day. Clara shook her head. He'll get over it. Or he won't. Ain't my problem. But Hargrove wasn't done. That afternoon, he cornered Clara in the staff lounge, his face twisted with rage. You think you're untouchable now, huh? He hissed. Enjoy your little moment, Clara. It won't last. Clara set down her coffee, unfazed. You still on this, Mr. Hargrove? Ain't you tired? Tired, he snapped. I'm sick of you making me look like a fool. You did that yourself, Clara said. I just held up a mirror. Hargrove's fists clenched. You're nobody, Clara. Nobody. I've got a master's degree, tenure, respect. Respect. Clara cut in, her voice sharp. You bully kids and mock folks for sport. That's not respect. That's a tantrum. He stepped closer, towering over her. You'll regret this. I'll make sure of it. Clara didn't blink. Try it. I've faced worse than you, and walked away smiling. A teacher, Ms. Larson, walked in, freezing at the tension. Everything okay here? Hargrove backed off, glaring. Just fine, he muttered, storming out. Ms. Larson looked at Clara, concerned. Clara, what was that about? Just a sore loser, Clara said, picking up her coffee. He'll get over it. But Hargrove didn't. The next day, he doubled down, spreading rumors that Clara had cheated. Some teachers believed him, whispering in the halls. Others, like Ms. Larson, defended Clara, pointing out her solution was verified. Students, meanwhile, rallied around Clara. Jake started a petition to have her teach a math club, and Sarah posted about her online, calling her Westbridge's hidden genius. The post went viral, catching the eye of a local reporter. By Friday, a news van was parked outside the school. The reporter, Lisa Chun, found Clara scrubbing lockers. Miss Thompson? Lisa asked, I'm with Channel 7. Can we talk about what happened with that equation? Clara sighed, setting down her sponge. Ain't much to say. I solved a problem. Folks got loud about it. Lisa smiled. Folks are saying you're a mathematical prodigy. Care to comment? I'm no prodigy, Clara said. Just a woman who knows her numbers. Lisa pressed. But you outdid a teacher with advanced training. That's extraordinary. Clara shrugged. He set the bar low. I just stepped over it. The interview aired that night, sparking even more buzz. Hargrove watched it in his office, his face dark. He called a friend, a math professor named Dr. Ellis, hoping to discredit Clara. Check her work, Hargrove demanded over the phone. There's no way it's legit. Dr. Ellis, a no-nonsense woman, visited the school Monday. She met Clara in the library, the infamous equation recreated on a whiteboard. Ms. Thompson, Dr. Ellis said, I'm here to verify your solution. Mind walking me through it? Clara nodded, picking up a marker. Step by step, then. She explained her work clearly, fielding Dr. Ellis's questions with ease. Hargrove watched in the corner, his arms crossed, waiting for Clara to slip. After an hour, Dr. Ellis set down her notebook. It's flawless, she said. Ms. Thompson, you've got a gift. Hargrove's face fell. Flawless? You're kidding. Dr. Ellis turned to him, her tone sharp. I don't kid about math, Tom. Her solution's not just correct. It's elegant. You could learn from her. Hargrove's mouth worked, but no words came out. Clara just smiled faintly. Anything else, Mr. Hargrove? She asked. He turned and left without a word. Dr. Ellis offered Clara her card. If you ever want to teach, call me, she said. You're wasted on brooms. Clara tucked the card in her pocket. Appreciate it, but I like my work. Keeps me grounded. The fallout was swift. Hargrove took a leave of absence, citing personal reasons. Clara kept cleaning, but students now stopped to chat, asking for math tips or just to say thanks. The school started a scholarship in her name, funded by donations from the viral post. One day, Jake found Clara in the cafeteria, mopping up a spill. Clara, you changed everything, he said. Hargrove's gone, and people listen to you now. Clara laughed softly. I didn't change nothing, Jake. Just did what I always do, my job. Yeah, but you're a hero, he said. Nah, Clara replied, wringing out her mop. Just Clara. That's enough.